We now have this incredible video from Senator Kyle up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. I want to play that one more time before we go to Alan Watt, because that's the first issue I want to raise with him. Do we have that video, Senator Kyle, ready? Great. Great. And in that Senator Kyle video, he's and the audio is not too good, but it's video at a town hall. He clearly says, I was in a closed-door meeting with Obama. He says, I kicked everybody out. And he said, well, I didn't kick out General Jones. He's the head of national security, but I asked him to leave. And I said to Obama, why are you doing this? And Obama said, we need to continue the crisis down there so people will give us immigration reform, which means total amnesty. Then they just legalize all the illegals. And then the feds claim they're going to secure the borders. And that's what they've been telling the states for the last 5 years. That's really the Bush policy, which is the CFR policy. So you've got the border completely collapsing. Mexico is a failed state. All these murders, sheriffs calling for help, saying they're being attacked, they're being killed. 80 to 100 miles into Arizona, past Tucson. You can't go in the national parks because the illegals have just taken it over as drug corridors. All of this is going on. So they have a crisis and can say, look at the problem. We need amnesty to fix it. So let's go ahead and play that clip.
Why? I'll tell you why. I met with the president in the Oval Office, just the two of us. I kicked the rest of the people out. I asked them if they would leave. I'm sorry. And we had a discussion about it. No, one was General Jones, National Security Advisor, and I. But anyway, here's what the president said. The problem is, he said, if we secure the border, then you all won't have any reason to support comprehensive immigration reform. In other words, they're holding it hostage. They don't want to secure the border unless and until it is combined with comprehensive immigration reform. Now, I explained.
All right.
You and I.
And then he goes on from there. Why is this important? It's another admission of problem, reaction, solution. Thousands are dead on the U.S. side, 20-plus thousand on the Mexican side, most of it on the Texas-Arizona border, some on the California-New Mexico. And, I mean, that is dereliction of duty. That is aiding and abetting murder and lawlessness and chaos. But this is the entire modus operandi of the globalists.
A massive stretch of Arizona now off limits to Americans. Critics say the administration is, in effect, giving a major strip of the Southwest back to Mexico. U.S. Fish and Wildlife have closed a portion of the Buenos Aires National Wildlife Refuge all along the border, warning visitors to beware of heavily armed drug smugglers and human traffickers. Paul Babeu is the sheriff in Pinal County, Arizona. He joins us now by phone. Sheriff, this is a family show, so I'm going to put it like this. What the heck is going on down there?
It's literally out of control, and violence has increased just in the last 4 months. And we've been, not just as a sheriff, all of our police chiefs in Pinal County, we stood with Senator McCain and literally demanded support for 3,000 soldiers to be deployed to Arizona to get this under control and finally secure our border with Mexico.
All right, I got to tell you, when I first received an email about this with these signs that are up saying, you know, don't go past this point, stay away, this is not safe. I mean, we're not talking about something that's sort of a Tijuana situation right at the border. I mean, we're talking about something that's north of Tucson. I mean, 80 miles away from the border?
Exactly. And we're talking 3 counties deep into the heart of Arizona, where the answer from our government is to put up signs warning our citizens in our sovereign nation that beware of foreigners who are there who are heavily armed. We have squad-sized paramilitary elements that are working deep in our country that are escorting drugs and human illegals. And quite frankly, I'm telling you as a sheriff that I don't control that part of the county. My county is larger than the state of Connecticut. And we need support from the federal government. It's their job to secure the border, and they haven't done it. In fact, President Obama suspended the construction of the fence, and it's just simply outrageous.
Would you like to see some of the president's outrage about the oil spill, which is justified, and some of the butt-kicking that he's talked about doing applied there on the border as well?
Well, even with that, you say one thing and then you're out at a fundraiser in California and you don't go to the funeral of the people who died in the explosion. You know, it's one thing to say something slick on television or in a 10-second soundbite, but we need deeds, we need action, and it's shameful that we, as the most powerful nation on earth, can win wars and liberate countries throughout our history, yet we can't even secure our own border and protect our own families. And this is why crime in Arizona literally is among and has been in the highest in the nation, and we need help.
Sheriff, we are so sympathetic to what you're doing down there. We thank you for the incredible hard work, and our thoughts are with you. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Shannon.